and happy Wednesday. And you're looking at me from a different angle today, so I hope my arse doesn't look too big in the video. Today we're going to do a kind of an outdoor decoration for maybe around the archway over your door. We're obviously upstairs here and I'm looking over at the South Circle Road houses, and where they all have like an archway over the door. And what we're going to use is one of these swimming noodles. So I came on Monday and Tuesday and I did kind of give you a little bit of notice. I was getting more messages. Seemingly Smith's up in Tala has the swimming noodles, anybody that's looking for them. So we actually ordered these off Amazon. Just go and Google swimming noodles, and we had to order 2 of them, and I think it was €15 for a packet of 2. But you listen, before we get started and get everybody relaxed, okay, where are you watching in from? Let's get involved. If you know anybody who's interested in flowers, tag them here just to let them know that we're gone live. And also we'd really appreciate if you clicked share. Now this class is probably going to go on a little bit longer than normal, okay? Because as much as I've done preparation in advance, I know that it's going to take me a little bit of time to do it. So hopefully I'll have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in your hand, or maybe something a little bit stronger. Now we are also going to have a giveaway, so I need all my taggers, you know, that way when I ask you to tag a place, I need you there to be tagging. So you're tagging people to join, you're tagging companies who I'll be mentioning, and you're obviously sharing the video as well. What's happening?
Okay, so we've lots of people. We've actually quite a few people have tuned in over on Facebook and Instagram, and a good few on TikTok. So TikTok, again, we're depending on you guys to invite people to join us on TikTok. We've lovely crowds there on YouTube. It's like our little YouTube family always come together. Gail Doherty says, I'll make a cup of tea. So hello from North County Dublin.
Brilliant.
Red Robert.
Any chance of making us one? We've no milk here. I'm on black coffee this morning. I tell you, things.
And I was on green tea. Red Robin Creations over on Instagram says hello from sunny Barcelona. Well, it's not very sunny. Well, it's sunny, but it's a bit
bright.
cold.
It's
yeah.
not sunny. It's bright here. It is. Okay, mechanics that you're going to need. You're obviously going to need your swimming noodle. You're going to need a roll of reel wire. Here we are. Hopefully I'm all organised. I won't be able to hide anything today. You know the way you're all going to see the magic bin today. So a roll of reel wire or mossing wire. You'll purchase that in your local flower shop or garden centre. Or if you're going to be purchasing any of the items that I'm using here today, you'll get them. You'll also get the reel wire from o'neillsflowers.ie. So if you Google them, o'neillsflowers.ie, or Evergreen Silk Plants. So somebody might tag their Facebook pages or their Instagram pages for me. So put the @ O'Neill's Flowers and they'll come up for you there. And then somebody else put the @ and tag Evergreen Silk Plants.
Deborah says, would it be too early in the morning to have a gin? Well, we nearly had one this morning.
Do you know what? We had, and all I can say is a nightmare of a morning. When I say Facebook, the fuckers, last night changed the whole system around. So normally where I'd come in this morning first thing, log into my bloom rooms to talk to the students, and the whole system was changed. I couldn't work it out, you know the way, and obviously I was just all set to talk, so couldn't get my head around it. It was a complete disaster, it was. So then we got sorted, done it, anyway. We sat down there a little while ago and I says, I can't believe it's 11:15 and that we have to go live. Not that we have to, but doing this class, and as I said, black coffee is all I've had.
No. What you said was when we go over to the pub and have it.
Yeah, Deirdre said, like, Deirdre's laptop wouldn't work either because she was after trying to change it around for the Facebook. And she was in, now she never gets in a fluzzy. She was in a fluzzy. And I said, you know what? I says, will we go over to the pub and have a drink and come back then and do the live? You know that way? But she says no. The pub would be closed. It's not open till
that's the only reason. That's the only reason.
But I tell you, we were nearly up to it. You know that way.
We've a few new people watching in, Janette. Let me see. Somebody says to me, hang on, on Instagram, Ring a Rosie 2022 on Instagram says she's watching us for the first time on YouTube and she's casting it onto the television, so she's all set up.
Fair play to you. Well done. Thanks a million. You know that saying where they say like you're paddling like feck underneath, you know what I mean? And yeah, on top you look like
2 swans.
We were like 2 swans here this morning, but I tell you that you could have lit the room up with the bad language that was going on, because anything that could go wrong went wrong. But sure, listen, it'll be all right on the night. So the giveaway that we have today, and I did give you a sneaky peek of this yesterday. So there's an amazing company, or she's an amazing woman, okay? She's called Rona, and her Instagram page or her Facebook page, put the @ and say by Rona. So B-Y, Rona, R-H-O-N-A, and an X at the end. Somebody might tag her there, right? She's a wedding celebrant. She's a
makeup artist.
Wedding makeup artist. She brought out her own skincare range for cancer sufferers, you know, that way. She's loads of different things. But she also has a range of makeup brushes. But what she did was she sent me this gift box, okay? So this is the gift box. And I have like the items loose so that I don't have to ruin all the packaging on the inside. So it's all packaged up nicely, little sticker, but I just kind of like lifted it up to have a look, okay? So I'm guessing what's inside the gift box is a packet of, a full set, because I can feel them all in the package, you know what I mean, of makeup brushes. Now we have these makeup brushes at home, Deirdre and myself, you know that way. They're absolutely brilliant ones, okay? You can obviously buy them off our website as well.
And actually just talking about that, Janette, she actually has, I think it's a 20% discount on her website at the moment. So go over and follow her by Rona on Instagram. I'm sure she's on Facebook as well. And she's on TikTok. Yeah. She has a great TikTok page, so check by Rona on TikTok. But she has, I think, I'm nearly sure it's 20% off everything for the month of December, or not October, for breast cancer. And she has it that a donation goes to breast cancer as well.
Brilliant. So also in that box there is a set, I think there's 6 pairs now, or maybe it's 3 pairs, I don't know. I can see 3 eyelashes here, but they're 3 different ones. So there's either a double set or there's another set on top there. So again, you can see they have the breast cancer logo on them. Journey is like the name of her company, you know what I mean? But these aren't just for people going through cancer, you know that way.
No, my daughter has robbed mine.
Yeah, and if you want the real spidery ones or you want the real subtle ones, there's all selections in the box here. So false eyelashes and makeup brushes, they're going to be in the set. We'll organise to give these away another day. Now, how do you get involved in that? You know the way we've been doing the charity fundraiser for Look Good, Feel Better. So somebody tagged Look Good, Feel Better in the comments. And the idea was that when you made a donation, you'd get a receipt back, you know what I mean? Check your spam box, okay? You get an automatic receipt back from Look Good, Feel Better, thanking you for your donation. And the details was there where you could get access to a free autumnal course. So that is still live, that's still available. That course is €300 if you want to buy it, but you get it for your donation. Now keep your donation, you know, fairly decent, €20 upwards. Now lots of you watching have donated already. I completely understand that, right? But what we're going to do for the giveaway is anyone who donates today. Now if you've already donated, you can just log in and just make a very small donation, do you know that way? And it's just so that your name will register for the giveaway today, and we'll come on tomorrow or the next day. So anybody who donates between now and 12 o'clock, no matter what amount of money it is, 12 o'clock tonight, we'll then organise to send that.
And can I just say that if you donate anonymously, we cannot call your name out.
Yeah, because we don't know what your name is.
Yeah. So you need to don't put your name on it, put your name on the donation so that we know who you are, and we will pick a winner today, and we'll announce it tomorrow or Friday. We'll be back on before Friday anyway with the winner of that.
Okay, so these are little stems of, this is all faux, like silk, letting on as we say in Dublin, artificial, plastic, artificial material, whatever name you have for it, right? So they're like stems of artificial flowers, and these work out at $8.50, and they're from O'Neill's Flowers up in Carlingford. So I have 3 stems of them. I'm cutting up 1 stem here now, right? So I have 3 stems of them in total that I've cut up exactly as you see there, and that goes into the magic bin, right? And I have them all kind of piled over here.
Oh, you see, Janette, your secret is out.
This is it. You see, normally I'm behind the counter and you don't see it. Also, I've already cut this up to save time, but I did come on and I showed you where there was a large stem of these kind of fabulous autumnal leaves. Look at the colours on them. And they were only €5 a stem. Now that's if they still have any of them left, because I showed them to you Monday and Tuesday. And you can just go online to O'Neill's Flowers onto their website, and you can purchase these, €5 a stem. Obviously there'll be a delivery charge on it as well. So I have them all cut up. And also I picked up a couple of these Chinese lanterns. Aren't they beautiful? Now 3 stems of them. I pulled one of the lanterns off that one. And again, I'm just cutting it up into like little sprigs. And I'm just going to add these in with the fresh material kind of as I go along. So all them little white stickers on the ground, they're obviously all gone into the magic bin. So
Sunflower Sue is on. She says, good afternoon all. It's very overcast in Birmingham. And you know, little birdie told me, I think Sunflower Sue was on the telly last night.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put the link up there, Sunflower Sue, and sure we can all have a look at you. And so we'll be meeting her is the next Saturday night.
Saturday night, this Saturday.
We're heading over to Birmingham at the weekend for the UK floral show. And we're heading over on Friday night to it. And we're meeting up with Sunflower Sue and I think Viv Bradford, the floristry coach, for a 7-Up or drinks.
Oh, it's 7-Up. I definitely think it'd be 7-Up.
I started cutting this up. This was a stem of birch, okay, and I'm not sure up close can they see it.
Yeah.
But it's actually coated with cinnamon, so there's a smell of cinnamon off it, okay. And that was bought from the Irish Green Guys. So somebody tags them as well. Irish Green Guys, they're down in Kerry, but they also have a place in the UK. And you can, that was only one stem, but you buy a big bunch. There's about 10 stems in the packet. Very reasonably priced they are. And like even out of that one stem, you can see like you get like a lot of sprigs.
Margie says, good afternoon, ladies. From a chilly, drizzly Greater Manchester. She loves your top. There's loads of comments coming in about your top, Janette.
This was Shein or Shine. You know that, cheap Chinesey site,
Ordered last Christmas to get it on time.
Ordered last Christmas and took about 9 months to come. I actually ordered this for autumn last year for Halloween. And I think it came months later. So I just stuck it in the wardrobe and I said, you know what, I'll rule it out when it comes Halloween this year. So now I'm going to use some fresh greenery and I have a lot of it prepared because I'll be honest, it took me the guts of 3/4 of an hour, okay, to do all the preparation work for this. So again, even though it's going to take me a while to make it, anybody watching thinking, oh God, that's all the length it took. No, it's all the prep work, right? So I had to take one of them apart because I've no more branches left. So I had some branches of eucalyptus. I cut up some eucalyptus. I cut up some ivy, and that's the seed-headed ivy, like the wild ivy. Okay, I had some pittosporum, so again I just cut up some pittosporum, and I obviously had a few more bits of eucalyptus, and I added in little bits of that twig, the cinnamon twig at the same time. So I literally got them all together kind of in my hand, bunched them together, pulled off any of the leaves that was kind of like near the bottom. I got myself a 20 gauge wire, heavy wire, and just literally wrapped the wire around the end to hold them together. But you could use your real wire, just to show you. Your real wire would have done exactly the same job, and then you just would have had to pull that off. So I have made all the bunches, and the cardboard box behind me is lots more bunches. Somebody's going to ask me how many bunches, so somebody start counting because I haven't a clue. I just made loads and I'm reckoning I have enough. So I think I'm ready to start. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. As I said, it is going to take a little bit of time, so bear with me, that way. I'll try and work as fast as I can.
You work away there. Sunflower Sue says, BBC Two, the Great Northern Garden Build is where she was on the television last night. So if you go onto the BBC player, I'm sure you'll catch her.
That?
I saw she'd had it up on Facebook or Instagram, and she's looking forward to meeting us at the weekend. Oh, Sue, we actually looked at the spa, or looked at the hotel to see if we get spa treatments for Friday night when we arrive because we're exhausted. But there's no spa. We just have to swim or drink.
Or have a bath. There's a bath in the room. You can get in one end and I'll get in the other end. Okay, so what I've started off with is I've placed the first bunch of greenery. That's why we turned the table this way so that you can see more detail, right? So the first bunch of greenery is on the end of our swimming noodle. Do you know the way? You can see it's kind of sticking out over it, right? And that's obviously going to be on one end of the archway over your doorway. But these are very flexible. So if you want to have it straight, or you want to put it along your fence or your garden or down the side of your doorway or down the centre of your table as a dining room table arrangement, there's loads of things that you can do with this, right? But if it's outdoor, it'll last an awful lot longer because the ivy and eucalyptus, they're great lasters and they'll just dry out. Now what I'm going to do then, so I have one on top of the noodle, and then I'm going to bring one in on the right hand side and one in on the left hand side. You see of the noodle, okay? And then with my real wire, okay, now you need to pull that really hard. So wrap it around, pull it really hard, wrap it around, pull it really hard. And at any stage then, if you want to add in a little bit of your faux flowers, that way, just kind of add it in. You could have added that into the bunches, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to add a piece into every bunch, so I just thought it was easier to kind of divide it by just adding it here and there. And at any stage, if you wanted to add in one of our little leaves, that way, just for a little bit of colour, again, you can just wrap that on as you go along. Now if you have any questions about anything I'm doing, as I said, place it in the comments, but that's what it's looking like so far. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get I'm on the second row, so my fourth bunch of greenery, and I'm going to slightly overlap the first one, the one that was in the middle. So slightly overlap that, and again, wrap that on 2 or 3 times, and then bring in a bunch to the right hand side, a bunch to the left hand side, you know, that way, and that's what makes it chunky. And then wrap them around, you know, 2 or 3 times, and then get a little bit of artificial flower every so often, catch that in, wrap it around, and if you want to add in a little leaf over to the other side. This is all just for shading and colour.
Avril wants to know, Janette, does the real wire cut through the noodle?
No, it pulls the hell out of it, just to show you there at the back. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know when you put on a tight pair of jeans and you take them off that night and the wrinkles are still in your belly button. Do you know that way? Well, it's that sort of shape, you know that way? It's like a tight pair of jeans coming up. Now, not that I ever had that problem. But you know the way you open at night and you have all the red lines all going around your waistband, you know? Well, so I hear to some people that happens, you know that way?
Linda says, where did you get the pool noodle? Same place you got the jeans.
So, I'm on the third row, so this is my 7th piece of greenery. So it's in the middle, slightly overlapping. See the way, just like slightly overlapping there. And again, our real wire then goes around that 2 or 3 times.
So Linda, we got the pool noodle from Amazon. That's where we got ours, because there wasn't any well, we couldn't find them in Mr. Price and stuff like that, but our students have found them. So definitely go, and if you do find anywhere, post it over in the Flurry Fun group and let other people know, because we are going to see noodles everywhere this autumn. Not just autumn door wreaths, but obviously these as well. And this one is going on my house, hopefully over this weekend. Love the jeans analogy, hilarious but true.
Yes, well this is it, like it's mostly women followers. Men have this problem as well, by the way, but it's mostly women followers that we have, you know that way. And sure, like what woman is not on a diet? Like let's be honest, you know that way. And I know people say, oh, you shouldn't be talking about it. At the end of the day, if we're all honest with ourselves, you know what I mean, that is just life. And it's like kind of like a pair of high heel shoes, as I just say, like pain, what's it, pride feels no pain, you know, or I have loads of shoes and I just call them my C to B shoes, car to the bar, you know that way. That's as far as they'll bring me. I wouldn't be going anywhere else with them. So get myself a couple more bunches. As you can see, I have all the bunches wired up, and that took a lot of time. So that's what it's looking like so far, and that's what our squashed in belly looks like at the back, you know that way. Collar really, really tight. And that is the great thing about the noodle, is that when you pull it, it's like that, suck it in, you know, that way you're really getting that kind of like lovely feeling of pulling it really tight. Because obviously if you don't pull it tight, the stuff will start to fall off.
Linda says she remembers the jeans, thank God for leggings. She says, Siobhan Scanlon is on from Kerry. Decathlon have pool noodles, she saw them yesterday. Eileen says, hi ladies, cannot wait for this one, and then I'm making one myself. The range have stocks of loads of wires, somebody is saying. Jeanette, brilliant. I'm on a seafood diet. I seafood and I eat it. O'Neill's Flowers have joined us over on Instagram. Martina was saying Spanx.
You know, these are the leggings. Plastic pleathers, as we call them, you know that way, and they suck everything in as well.
And just over on TikTok, somebody was asking me to tag Rona's page. I can't tag when we're live, so
it depend on you to do
so maybe if you go and have a look. Over on Facebook, we have 160 people watching us. We would love, guys, if you shared this for us, because we're really struggling to get reach on our pages at the moment. Everyone fighting for competition at the moment. So we really would appreciate if you shared this. Somebody said that they've shared it into their arts and crafts group.
Fair play to you, you're the best in the world.
That they love doing crafty things. I never thought about something like this as a craft.
Like I was amazed, like, you know, even like friends of ours, if she's watching, Mary Brazel, she sent me a message last night, where will I get to swim a noodle? I definitely want to do one of them, she says, for over the doorway. And like she was saying, like, what about the greenery? And I said, to the local Rialto church, she goes to mass all the time. I says, down you go to Rialto church there, say a few prayers, and she wouldn't mind you grabbing a few bunches of greenery. Not that I'd encourage anybody to rob anything now, you know.
Oh, no.
But Mary is a good Catholic, isn't she?
Oh, she is. She is indeed.
She'd be allowed to do that.
Rosie
so again,
says...
just to let you see how this is going, you know, And again, in case anybody thinks, oh God, she's flying along there, all the prep work was done, do you know, that way, with the little bunches kind of being made up, but it still will take a little bit of time. And the silk flowers and the silk leaves that I'm adding in, they're all from O'Neill's flowers. Now Ellen could just be sitting on her arse up in the office.
Eating the cakes.
I bet her jeans is tight around
I'd
her,
say they are, yeah.
She has the wrinkles around her waist there eating all them cakes. So she will be able to help you. I actually don't even know Ellen. She could be the skinniest bitch for all we know. I'm only slagging Ellen, by the way.
She is watching at the moment, and so Ellen, post up the links to buy those the autumnal leaves and the other little autumnal bunches as well.
And the Chinese lanterns, they are absolutely gorgeous. Now the fresh greenery, I didn't rob that in Rialto Church, okay? The fresh greenery, I bought that in from a foliage farm in Wicklow, and it's called Wicklow Foliage Farm. So again, if somebody can tag them for me, I'd really, really appreciate it. And the lovely Stuart Williams, he obviously owns it, along with his beautiful wife Ursula. And his daughter, I've mentioned this before, you know, like all the fruit slices for Christmas time, his daughter actually dehydrates out all the fruit slices, lemons, grapefruits, oranges, whole oranges, gingers, she's
pears, yeah.
Pears, yeah. She does all that. You can buy all that stuff off them. So if somebody tags them, you can go onto their website and you can order all the materials.
Kerry over on TikTok, Janette says, how long will they last? Are they real?
The greenery is all fresh. But I purposely picked the ivy and the eucalyptus because I've done this before. And the ivy and the eucalyptus, once it's kept outside, like it'll just dry out eventually, but it'll look fabulous for a good month. Now I'm saying that ivy eucalyptus reach on my door, it's probably 3 months on my door. It's not looking the May West, I'm going to be honest, you know, that sort of way. But I'm just saying like how long they can last. But yet the amount of people who come to my hall door and say, oh God, your wreath is gorgeous, and here I am, oh my God, I'm mortified, look at the state of it. But as a florist, I see the state of it,
yeah.
But probably nobody else would. So as I said, this is kind of for going up over your doorway, over your archway. Can anybody else think of suggestions, you know, that way, of where you might add it? You know,
somebody asked just back there, again, the questions, the comments are flying in, so I'm trying my best to keep up. Could they do this for Christmas?
You could do this for Christmas, absolutely. I probably have newer ideas for Christmas, you know, that sort of way.
So bear with us.
Bear with us. Hold on to your knickers, as we just say, Spice Girls. Hold on to your knickers, girls, and yet we will get to Christmas. It's only the 12th of October. Will you stop?
Would you be able to fix this above the door with command hooks? Tracy is asking.
It's very light. I swear to God, it's really, really light. I know it'll be hard for me, but I'll hold it up afterwards, you know, that way, and I'll show you where. I'll see, can I hold it with one hand, you know, that way. So it's very light, so command hooks would be no problem. Or even a couple of discreet little cable ties cut around a discreet little nail. Do you know, that way that would work as well. I have to say, these are beautiful.
They are gorgeous, yeah.
So you seen I got great value out of, I showed you at the very beginning, because I know people are probably late kind of joining in. I showed what the stems looked like, and then I cut the stems up and made all the individuals out of it. So just to show you how far I'm going there with our swimming noodle, can you see it?
Yeah,
there
perfect. Yeah.
And again, like, you know, that way, don't know how many kilos. I don't know, a bit more than 5 kilos, I'd say. I'm trying to think of the weights in the gym, you know, that way. Your man just gives me the thing and tells me to lift it over my head, you know, that way, and I just do what I'm told. Once in my life, I do what
Joan
I'm told.
says, could you bend it around and join it in the middle and make a large wreath for your door? It'd probably be easier just to make it.
It'd be easier to use a wreath frame.
Yeah.
And O'Neill's have fabulous big straw bases. I showed them the other day, 20-inch ones. They're just behind Deirdre there. Now just what I'm actually just running out of real wire here, right? So I'm just going to finish off this area here, wrapping it around the same spot a couple of times.
Do you need one?
I think I have one in my magic drawer. There we go. So I'll just wrap this around a couple of times. I'm going to cut the wire. I'm going to hook the wire kind of around, like a stitch. Like knit it around the wires that was already wrapped around, okay? And the great thing about the noodle is I can make like a hairpin bend, like a U-bend, and actually, like an injection, stick it into it, and that just kind of holds it in place there. And then because I have to join up with a new one, that wasn't a brand new roll I started with. In case anybody thinks, God, she's gone through a whole roll of real wire, I was using an old one, I was.
And Rita says she joins the noodle to make a door wreath. I actually think it's quite expensive because they were $14.99 for 2. So
that's $7.50. You could probably buy the straw ring cheaper than that. You know?
Yeah.
But absolutely, you could do it.
And David was saying, would it melt if you used it over a fireplace? It probably would, yeah. Yeah.
Probably would.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be using it in the swimming pool. Actually.
No.
And it's gas, like, my mum, she wouldn't be a great swimmer. She's probably watching this today. She's over in Lanzarote. And in the pool, like, she uses the swimming noodle all the time. And what I call the little cheapy shops over there, they call them the Chinese shops, we call them the pound shops. But all the pound shops over there sell noodles. So I'd say they're really cheap over there.
I'd say they are,
if
yeah.
anybody was in Spain, somebody's watching from Barcelona, she'd probably get the swimming noodles really cheap there.
And you probably, again, I think, probably this time of year, you probably buy them cheaper in Ireland than you would.
I'd be looking for a swimming noodle in the middle of October in Ireland.
In Ireland, this
With
is
all
it.
of our swimming pools closed up at the moment, we wouldn't be using them.
Paula says, looks beautiful, very autumnal. O'Neill says, hi ladies, we've also reduced the prices of our straw rings. For 24 strings, for 24 reduced from 32. So straw rings, 20-inch rings
That
for
Ellen can't type.
24 reduced from 32. Ellen, come back to me and tell me exactly how much they are.
Speak in English, will you? Not Carling for that.
Tell me
Speak
how
in
much they
English.
are, Ellen. How much would you charge for a piece like this?
As much as I could possibly get, and that's being honest. There's a lot of work.
It's a
in it,
huge
you know
amount
that
of
way?
work, yeah.
Huge amount of work. Again, I'm just going to hold it up just so that you can see. I say I'm on about 6 kilos now, just to kind of like let you know. Obviously, the swimming noodle had no weight in it at all, you know. But you can imagine that going down the centre of the table.
Bernda Kayla just said that'd make a fabulous table arrangement.
Yeah, it would make a fabulous table.
Sharon is watching in from Texas. What are you all working on? She wants to know.
Well, you wait, Sharon. You should have watched it at the very beginning. Keep watching, and then you'll be able to replay it and watch it from the start.
And we are over on you. Oh, we've 14 people watching on. Our YouTube community is getting bigger all the time.
This is it. We are trying to build up that YouTube channel. So again, like, let people know about it. And we post like loads of free courses over there, you know, that way. And any of the live classes that maybe you missed over the last few weeks, you'll find a lot of them over on the YouTube channel.
Joe Muldrew, Janette, out of interest, how would you attach this above your door? Whatever way
We told you 5 minutes ago, Joan, you should have been listening. So lose, you lose. We said command hooks, we said cable ties, little discreet nails.
Whatever way you can.
What's her husband, David? Just get David to stand there like a gobshite with it over his head, and he'll be fine, he will. That's him as a scarecrow
This
for
is
Christmas,
it.
or for Halloween.
Ashley is on TikTok. She says hello from Drimna. Deirdre is on and she says when your Module 1 course is starting in November, she wants to book it. What's the last date that she can book it?
A week beforehand, so the 2nd of November approximately. And the reason for that is I have to get all your kits out in the post to you. Because Module 1, everything is supplied down to your scissors, your flower scissors, your knife, your containers, your ribbon, your basket, your oasis, your wires, your reel wires. Everything that you need for Module 1 is all included. Now, I'm at a stage where I need to change things around, okay? So I'm at this end, so don't let go of this wire. I need to keep the tightness on the wire, right? So I'm at this end of the noodle. Can just tell me if you can see it?
Yeah, you can see it,
so,
yeah.
just if I hold it there beside me, I'm 5'3" without my shoes, okay? So just to kind of give you an idea. They're not too high. Right, so that's kind of the height of it. So I'm now going to turn it around because I have to do what's called a return on it. And I'll be honest and say it is awkward to do a return, okay? I'm going to do the best I can when I'm under pressure and trying to do it live. I love doing this when I'm kind of more relaxed and it can take me time doing it. So I'm going to lap it all around the other side of the table. There we go. Because now I have to work on the other end. So I want to lap it down. That's it. We'll just around there.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say I should manage.
Okay, just Ellen has come back. She's had her coffee.
So she's awake now, is
it's
she?
€24 for a pack of 5 20-inch rings. That's a bargain.
25.
€24, so not even a fiver a ring.
Could you not make it 25? It'd be easier to say it's a fiver a ring. So yeah, so that's a bargain. It's less than a fiver a ring. It is.
So that would be much cheaper than buying a noodle and cutting it in half.
Yeah.
Would you use it on the banisters? Yes, absolutely. Be ideal on the banisters. Just finished Module 1. It was brilliant. Learned loads. Just starting Module 2 today. Siobhan Scanlon. Thanks,
Hey Siobhan, how are you? I think Deirdre sent you an email there a little while ago.
Emma Rose, this is fabulous, girls. Doodles with noodles. Absolutely. Martina says, I should be doing my Module 2 course at the moment, but she's watching us.
You're always learning, always learning.
Over on
So you
TikTok.
can see now, when I start doing the other end, do you notice I'm winding the opposite way? I'm still winding the way I was at the beginning, which was that way. But because I'm working upside down now, I have to wind that way. And I wouldn't be as comfortable doing it, that way, a little bit awkward. So I started off with the first bunch, overlapping the edge of the noodle, like the way I started the other end. And obviously one in on the right and one in on the left, and a little bit of our silk flower added in here at the same time.
Over on TikTok, somebody, Anne Marie, is saying, how would you ship something that big? You probably wouldn't, would you?
Ship it?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't be able to ship it.
It's fresh, you know, so...
You'd have to bring me with you.
Yeah, you'd have to deliver it, like, yourself in person, I think.
What I just did there, I just cut the end off that green meat to bring it in shorter, okay?
Bernda's saying Facebook is starting to freeze. It's probably because we've nearly 200 people watching at the moment. So thanks a million to everyone that's watching. We normally come live every Wednesday at 12 o'clock with something different for you. So today, we're noodly doodlies. Let me see what else, other questions have we got. Okay, Chef Calvin is asking, is it artificial or real? Combination of both.
Combination. So all the foliage is fresh. The cinnamon twigs are dried out birch twigs with cinnamon coating on them, and they're from Irish Green Guys. So somebody might tag Irish Green Guys there for me. And the artificial flowers, they're from O'Neill's Flowers up in Carlingford. But if you watch from the beginning, they were bunches of flowers, and I actually cut them up. So like I've used 3 stems in that whole swag, that way. So I really got good value, where most people would have probably used the whole stems on their own, that way. So this way, I just was a bit mean about it, and it wasn't even being mean, it's just being more economical and getting better value. Now, I've done a bit on that end, so now I can't hold it up because I can't let go of the wire. But the way I go in real narrow at the waist, well, so is my arrangement at this stage. So where it's kind of fat and full here and fat and full here, it's kind of going in narrow. So what I need to do is I need to get a piece of greenery and add it to my waist on both sides, the feckin' arrangement I'm talking about now. And that'll just give me a little bit of fullness there.
David Doyle, go on.
No, again, I'm just kind of saying, I might look awkward, I feel awkward doing it because I'm winding the opposite way to how I would normally wind, because just in case anyone's joining, I've had to turn it upside down for doing the opposite end.
Mary Nash wants to know, did anyone count the bunches? Go back and rewind.
There'll be some feckin' nerds there who had nothing else to do, and they probably have.
Somebody's asking about what's the code for O'Neill's discount code?
KAYSFS.
KAYSFS. If somebody's watching, Jackie, maybe you might put that into the comments for me. Catherine Carroll, enjoying the demo, ladies. You look amazing today.
Oh, thanks.
What's the code? David Doyle is watching it from Killarney. Sharon is saying it looks amazing.
Now what I'm doing now, when I'm doing the reed switches and I talk about the wiggling and the wangling, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of pulling some of the greenery kind of forward, adding a little bit of camouflage, and that sort of way, kind of covering my mechanics, a little bit of wiggling and wangling in here too, that way, just to kind of get around. And this is just to try and kind of hide the return, as we call it. And as I did mention earlier on, and I'm not just making excuses, it is a difficult thing to do. And obviously if you're doing this at home, just take your time kind of doing that part of it, right? So now I'm just going to lash it upside down. I'm going to cut the wire.
They're laughing at the wiggle and the wangle.
I'm going to stitch my wire through some of the wires that are here already. Okay, so just kind of catch them around there. Pull it kind of tight. And the bit of wire that's left over, I'm making a little hook with it. Look at the dirt in my hands. I'm going to make a little hook, and I'm going to stick it like a needle into the noodle. Do you know that way? Which it's possible to actually do that. And that will secure it, just to make sure that it doesn't actually unravel. And then I'm coming back around here. Get up there.
Stephanie is on TikTok, Janette, and she's saying, can you do the modules from Scotland?
Absolutely. We've Annabelle from Scotland who's probably watching there now at the moment. We've had Karen McBride from Scotland. We've had the 2 friends that was on Module 1 together from Scotland.
That's right.
We've had loads from Scotland. Sure, our virtual assistant Sinead is actually based in Scotland. So one of our staff members is in Scotland. What I'm just doing here and there is I'm just adding extra ones, and I'm digging it down into the little bunches that I had made. And the spike is kind of going down to where the wire is. I'm poking like a gynecologist here. I'm feeling something hard and I'm just shoving it in, and that'll hold it in place. So these are all just little extras. Again, just a little bit of poking and feeling until I hit something hard and give it an extra little poke, and to just add them little leaves in, kind of like extra fillers if you want to, you know. Or you might kind of say to yourself, you know what, I should have added another one in there and I missed it. Don't panic. Like you seen when I was making it, was I thinking about what I was doing? No, I wasn't. I was wondering, was my arse looking big from this angle, do you know, that way? And when they really seen me putting the rubbish on the floor, where normally I'm always telling them about the bin that I have. So I hadn't got time to be kind of wondering, was I getting things even? If the stem is short, sometimes when you cut them off the stem, there was another one a bit short. I'm making a little hairpin bend, wrapping it around. I'm bending that wire up in half. You see that I'm making a nice spike on it. And then I'm going to force it in here until I meet something hard. So we call this the postman touch or the gynecologist touch, because you're feeling around and you haven't a clue what you're touching, you know, that way, and you just kind of hope for the best and hope that the dog doesn't bite you. What the gynecologist thinks about when he puts his hands there, but anyway, that's what the postman thinks.
Well, I say he's hoping nothing's going to bite him. Catty is saying she's watching from a florist in the West Midlands in England. You ladies are fascinating. The flower shed looks fab. Have to keep popping in and out. She's doing deliveries at the moment. Angela King, fabulous. Janette babysitting today, so need a bag.
The scissors and all wasn't supposed to go that time.
To watch, so I need a bag of eyes to watch you. She'll watch it on the replay as well. So, that's amazing. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to get you to
right, push that over there.
Yeah, push it over, and I'm going to come back a wee bit just drop it down a tiny little bit. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So just so you can see the back of it, but that's going to be against the wall, so you won't see it. I'd say I'm on about 7.5 kilos. You know the way I'm trying to judge the weights in the gym. You know that way, but I'd say that's about 7 kilos. Just people were asking, like, I would class that as light. You know that way, just put it into one hand, just more for balance here. You know that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
No bother at all to it, you know what I mean? It's quite light, you know, that way. And you can put a lot less material on it if you prefer it. And you can see it's really flexible, you know, that way. So if you prefer to kind of keep it straight, you know, or wiggle it or wangle it around your legs or whatever you want to.
Exactly, or down one side of your door or down a pillar or something like that.
Bed, that'll keep them away from
I tell you, that's certainly
anywhere
good.
at all that you want to put your garland, you know, that way. But I think it would be, what I was designing it for was to go over the archway of a doorway. How long did that take me?
36 minutes, 12:36.
Shorter than I thought.
Yeah.
I actually was allowing myself 45 minutes, so it wasn't as long as I thought. But there definitely was 45 minutes preparing it, doing all the wiring and taping, you know, that way. Not taping, sorry. Wiring up all the bunches. That took quite a lot of time. And if I had somebody to hand the stuff to me, I probably could have taken a little shortcut where they could have just made the bunches and handed them to me, and I wouldn't have actually had to wire them. Now, I find I would be well able to manage that, but sometimes, like, you know, when I was adding in the bunches to the right and the left, if you weren't pulling that wire tight enough, you know the way, and I know I'm slagging, but I'm dead serious when I say about seeing the wrinkles in your belly, you know, the tight jeans. Like, pull the wire so tight that the noodle, you know, gets marks in it, wrinkles in it, lines in it, like really pull it like a sausage, like a sponge, so you're not going to do anything to it. And the worst that can happen is the real wire will break, you know, that way. And I was pulling that pretty hard. And at least you've got the advantage. You see, when I ran out of real wire, I had a little trick there for joining it. Now, somebody's going to say, I missed that part. Rewind the whole feckin' thing. When I'm finished here, you can always put this on play again.
Valerie wants to know, how do you attach it to a weather glazed door jam?
You know them,
the suction things, yeah.
Back of them, and you stick it to your door, and the little hooks. You know that. You know the stick ups. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
They're like for putting on the back of your bathroom door to hang your dressing coat on. You know that, or bathroom gown or whatever you call it. So you know.
House coat.
What?
Your house coat.
Your house coat. We call it house coat. Dressing gown, I think, is the posh word. You know them things. You could have a few of them on the aluminium door, and you could fish a bit of twine in around it and make a little hook, and then hang it onto the little plastic hooks.
And if anyone does make them, please do take a photograph, post it up in the Flary Fun group, and let us see what it looks like. Trisha Kenny said a co-hanger, yeah. Command hooks, Gail is saying as well. You could you could go for the Guinness Book of Records, Janette, David Doyle is saying.
We're talking.
They're absolutely, everyone is absolutely loving it.
I'm glad you loved it. Thanks a million. As we were kind of afraid that if the course went on too long, that you would get bored, you know, that way. And then Deirdre made me turn the table the other direction so that you could see me fat arse today. Now, don't forget, right, First of all, we need a bit of sharing, okay? Like, it's all great hunky-dory for yous, us coming on here and doing free classes, okay? If yous don't share Case Flower School, we depend on yous to get the word out there, okay? This is how we increase our reach. So don't be a miserable little fecker, okay? Click the share button, share it in your clubs like that lady did in her art and craft club. Share it to your own page, you know what I mean? Just share it. Tag people who you know that you think might like flowers and might be interested in watching that. Remember, we have our fundraiser for Look Good, Feel Better this month, for the whole month of October. There's lots of videos coming up on the page advertising. And what we're doing today is we have the beautiful gift set from Rona Cullihan. Again, Selena, you there? Tag her for me. By Rona with an X at the end. Is it coming up there? Somebody might do it for me. And you'll get this fabulous gift set. And what's in the gift set is both, I don't want to open them because they're in a sealed packet, and I want to be able to give this away another day. So that's a sealed packet of makeup brushes. I'd say there's at least 12 in it, at least, you know what I mean? There's loads in it. Skinny little ones and fat ones, you know, that way for slapping it onto your face. David, you'll need a set of these. No, I'd say maybe the eyelashes might be better for you. And also a set of eyelashes. So that's what's in that box. So anybody that makes a donation today to the Look Good, Feel Better, if you've already donated, I completely understand, but you can just make a tiny little donation. Do you know,
€2, €3, €4, that's all.
€2, €3, €4.
If you've donated already.
Yeah. Now, if you haven't donated already, I'm not saying you have to, but I would appreciate if you could do it from €20 upwards. And the reason is, you're going to get a free autumnal online program with 6 different arrangements in it, completely different to what we've done on any of our live classes. So like, it's a brand new program that's there especially for you. It's worth €300, and when you get your receipt back from Look Good, Feel Better, all the details and the code and the link, how to download it, read it. The amount of people are saying to me, how do I do it? Read the feckin' email that comes back from Look Good, Feel Better, because all the details are there. But yeah, else?
I don't think so.
Anybody got a bottle of milk, they'll drop it into us so I can have a proper cup of coffee.
They all said that they'd never get bored listening to you.
Oh, thanks for it. Okay, we're going to love yous and leave yous again. If you
the winner of the Christmas
God,
thing.
yeah.
Yes. The autumnal course that we had on Sunday, and we had a competition that if they took a photograph at the Instagram wall and tagged us with it on Instagram, one of those people would win a place on our online Christmas program. And that person, and I'm going to put a post up on Instagram and tag her anyway, is Hannah Rebecca. Hannah Rebecca. So it's _Hannah_Rebecca. You are the winner of our online.
Could be Hannah and Rebecca.
It could be, but it's one course, so they have to decide.
One course, you have to fight over it.
I'll tag them on Instagram anyway later on.
And remember, we're still running that competition over on our new website, which is www.kaysflowerschool.com. Go to the blog button and look for the All About Us. Is that what it's called?
Welcome to our website.
Welcome to our website. So go into the blog button on our website. Welcome to our new website, and all the details of entering the Christmas online competition. We're announcing that next Wednesday. Now, chances are we'll be on between now and next Wednesday. But next Wednesday, don't know what we're going to demonstrate, but we'll be back here for a free live class next Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Okay, off to the shops to get a bottle of milk. I'll see you all later. Thanks a million for joining in. We really appreciate it.